Here's a problem where the amplitude changes when graphing a cosine function. So let's identify the amplitude, period, phase shift, and vertical shift first. So amplitude would be the number in front of the either sine, cosine, or tangent. Amplitude is going to be 3 here. This is going to be stretched really tall, stretched up taller, and stretched like lower as well. Period is if there's anything with this x or with theta. Since there's nothing with that, the regular period of cosine and sine are both 2 pi. Phase shift, which is left and right, is if there's anything else inside it of the parentheses. Not the number connected to the x or theta, but the number that would be minus, pi over 2 or something. So there is none here. Vertical shift would be on the end, which is my k value. There is none here either. So this is just focusing on the amplitude change. So I'm going to do my intervals. I'm going to normally start at 0, and it ends at 2 pi. Half of 2 pi is pi. Half of that will be pi over 2. And this would be pi over 2, 2 pi over 2, 3 pi over 2, and then 4 pi over 2. Okay? So cosine, normally, I'm going to graph the first one, typical one first. This would be 1, this would be negative 1. Normally cosine starts up at 1, then 0, then down, 0, positive 1. So I'm going to dash this. This is the regular cosine graph without the amplitude change. So with the amplitude change, all that's going to happen is either you've been told to relabel the 1 and the negative 1 to be 3 and negative 3, or we have this down here. Right? So amplitude is like my multiplier. So this 1, this point that was a 1, is going to be multiplied by 3. So now that's way up at 3. The next point was at 0. 0 times 3 stays at 0. Negative 1 times 3 becomes negative 3. 0 times 3 stays at 0. 1 times 3 goes up to positive 3. So now I'm going to connect these green points. And that is going to be the graph of 3 cosine of x. So the only change here was the amplitude. Keep my period length still 2 pi. And the amplitude is kind of like a multiplier. So if it's a large number, it stretches it up. If it was a small number, like a fraction, it would be squished and closer together.